Happy Reference Thursday, people. Happy Reference Thursday. How you doing? I hope y'all in good spirits. We're gonna wrap our references up. Man, let me tell y'all something. A lot of people don't understand consecration. Uh, Consecration means dedication to God's service. But just because you dedicated to God's service, don't mean that you gotta let people run all over you. I want you to understand that. Because a lot of people don't really listen. A lot of people really don't listen. And when it comes to this Bible, they really confused about the Bible, and they would like to say that, hey, you're supposed to be like this because you're a believer. You're supposed to act like this because you're a believer. But people don't understand we're all human and we have to deal with each other, right? Well, I got a I got uh, uh, a qualifying message for you. I got a qualifying message for you. Paralletical message. And whether you listen to me or whether you listen to the Bible, we have to be dedicated to God's service. Okay? We have to, or we won't experience uh, the things of the 44,000 people here on that was here on this earth that that is in heaven as we speak. Look, let me read something to you here. Revelations 14. I want you to go to Revelations 14. Revelations 14 is the fifth uh, paralletical passage of the book. In verse 1, it says, and I looked, this is John talking, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him, 144,000, having his father's name written on their forehead. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. These are the 44,000. They were singing and playing harps, people. They were dedicated to God's service. What is God's service? His plan. He's still doing the service. He's still creating the plan. He wrote it down, the plan. So why is it so hard for people to not listen? The reason why it's so hard for people to not listen is because they don't read. A lot of people do not know how to train their kids because in these days, you don't have those good mothers. Because the mothers, by the time I was growing up, got younger and younger and younger. So now they fill the stores with parenting skills, this and that, and to help guide parents to be better parents. Cool. But if you go to this Bible will guide you to be a better person overall. Parent, co-worker, believer, all of that. Okay? I'm going somewhere here. So now you got people that don't read, but they won't listen. They're so aggressive, and then you have a problem. Now You got other people that do read and think they know everything, think they can fix everything, but they don't read the Bible because they're going off myths, and somebody said, and so on and so forth. I have a parallelical message in chapter 4. There's a parallelical message in chapter 14 of Revelations. Go read it. I'm gonna finish reading this. Listen to me. In verse 3, they sung as it was a new song, before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn the song but the 144,000, and which were redeemed from the earth. The 144,000 was redeemed from the earth. By this time, they were redeemed from the earth, being no longer on the earth. Now, a lot of people might want to say, oh, we're part of these old folk. Oh, we're part of the 144,000. How can you? Listen to this. Listen to this. These were, verse 4, these are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. See what the hearsay do? Nobody go and read. They're virgins. But grandma and grandpa will tell you, I believe I'm a part of the 44,000 because they didn't read. They got kids. They defiled. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show y'all, when you dedicate yourself to God's service, you read God's plan. Listen here. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth, and these are redeemed from among men, being in first fruit unto God and to the Lamb. So you have to follow the Lamb. But how can we follow the Lamb when we're not dedicated to God's service, God's plan? We're not even consecrated. We are dealing with human consecration to another human and saying that they are pastor, that they're anointed, that they're that they doing God's work. How can you do God's work when you're not following the full plan? Explain that to me. How can you be someone's husband or someone's wife and y'all not working together? Y'all not dedicated to each other, the service of each other. Same thing. But we think we know everything. And then when somebody get to try to tell you something right, you get in your feelings. You get in your feelings because you don't know. You get in your feelings because of ignorance. And so, since you've been caught to the point where you didn't know, you get frustrated. I get that. But when you get caught to the point where you didn't know, you fall out of God's service. You fall out of God's will. You never push forward to try to find the truth. Pretty much we quit. We quit on God. We quit on God. But look at this. I want you to look at this. I'm not been going on a rant and rave. I'm just trying to make sure you understand. If this statement was taken literally, it would prove that they are all men. But the next statement, if taken literally, would prove that they are all women versions. Absolute, obviously, the idea is to picture their purity of character. They are saved by men and women. They are saved men and women who have not polluted themselves with the idolatrous and immoral religious system of the great whore of Revelation 17. These are things we don't read and understand because we won't go to Revelation. We was always taught not to read Revelations. It's so much racial tension out here, right? I want you to understand why is that. I want you to really figure out why is that. It's in the Bible. Where did the black man get don't read Revelations? Because you got to understand, most black people couldn't read. Where did the black man get to tell us don't read Revelation? Let that ponder on it. Because Revelations tells what's gonna happen, and it makes you aware of the schemes and the the setup of what they're gonna try to do to your salvation and get you into doing other stuff that's not of God. But we don't read. We don't read, and we frustrated. We mad, and we jump out there and do crazy stuff. And then when we look up, we either, if we ever look up, but we dead, we hurt, we in jail, we're going through all types of legal stuff. Man, look, go read that Bible. Keep yourself safe. Verse 5 of Revelation 14, it says, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. They had no fault. So I don't know where grandma and grandpa think that's them, that they are who they say they are. Listen to this, people. They have no guile in them. They are faultless before God forever, proving that they have been translated as the man child. Verse 6. And I say and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that do well on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. Verse 7, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of the water. People, it is time to go deeper in this stuff. It is time. And y'all sitting up here playing patty cake. We should be adults in this thing and know what's really going on. But we want to keep out here playing hopscotch. We want to play double dutch. This is what we want to do with this word. Well, we need to sit down and make this a career, an eternal career, to dedicate yourself to God's service. Listen to this, man. And then we're going to be done. The first, you got 3 messenger angels flying in heaven, people. 3 messenger angels flying in heaven. The first flies around the heavens, close enough to the earth to be seen and heard of men. He preaches the everlasting gospel to all men on earth during the last 3.5 years of this age. This gospel is the same as what we now preach, with but one exception. He will be able to announce that the hour of God's judgment is come. We can only announce that it is coming. We can only announce it's coming. But that angel gonna announce it's here. Are you prepared? Are you dedicated to God's service that you can say you're prepared? This right here is a warning to all that is not really seeking God and listening to what the Spirit is saying through me. Are you prepared? Half of us are not, because we don't read. All theories that this gospel is a special one given to certain denominations to preach are false. The angel will be a literal one doing what is here stated. The second angel will fly in the heavens, announcing the fall literal of literal Babylon, which will be destroyed under the seventh vial. The third angel will fly in the heavens, warning all men in the kingdom of Antichrist that if they do not take the mark, the name, or the number of the name of the beast, and worship him, they will seal their own doom and be punished in eternal hell. I want y'all to hear this again. This is why they told you not to read Revelations. The third angel will fly in the heavens, warning all men in the kingdom of Antichrist that if we do take the mark, the name or the number of the name of the beast, and worship him, they will seal their own doom and be punished to eternal hell. And first time, man, people be like, I'm not gonna get that. I want you to think about Peter. Think about Peter. Peter told Jesus, I will never deny you. He said, you're gonna deny me 3 times. Peter went out there and denied him 3 times. And the cock the doodle on him. Because that's what Jesus said was gonna happen. This is very serious, people. You see what the world is going through right now? You better buckle down. You better guard yourself up and sit down somewhere quiet and get to know God and get to know God for yourself through this Bible. Go get all the researches, all the books you need, everything you need. Get everything you need to accurately, rightly divide the word of truth. Telling you people, it's time is at hand, man. We ain't got time to be playing. We ain't got time to be playing, people. So that second one gonna announce the fall of Babylon, because Babylon is gonna come back in power. So I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed day. If you never heard that, if you never really heard nobody read that, go back and read it. If you did hear somebody read that, go back and read it, study it. Go back and study this stuff. It'll keep you from the Antichrist. So look, people, we got work on. May the grace and the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen.